Hello, and welcome back to Flint Hills Briar. I'm Gareth. I'm out here in the Flint Hills of Kansas. Camping. A few days before, a couple of days before St. Patrick's Day. It's been a while since this last video I recorded was, I was camping in early February. I kind of like to say it's a lot warmer than it was then, but it's not exactly a lot warmer. It's in like the low 30s, I think, that day. Around 30, around freezing. Fahrenheit, of course. Right now it's about 51 or 52, something like that. Yesterday was quite a bit warmer, but cooled off. It's very windy. Hopefully the wind doesn't cause too much of an issue sound-wise, but yesterday it was so windy that there was just all sorts of dirt getting kicked up in the air, and it was really hazy, and it was a real mess. But as I was driving out here, I have to drive about, roughly about an hour and a half from home to get out here, and I didn't really notice any wind that I was driving through. That was a south wind for the most part. Now it's mostly like a northwesterly north wind. But I'm smoking some Ruins of Windsor from the Country Squire in this Brigham Mountaineer, I guess it's a Rhodesian pipe. It's a 316. A few weeks back, my wife and I, we went to Wichita to go to a hockey game. Second hockey game this year, actually. And had some time to kill, so I stopped by the brick and mortar down there, and I picked up a couple Brigham pipes, this one and kind of a cheaper line one that was oh, come on, it's a Bulldog also. Well, Bulldog, Rhodesian, whatever. It has a little maple leaf on it. This has the 3 dots. And they have the rock maple inserts thing in there. First Brigham pipes I have had. I mean, I've been using a Brigham pipe nail for forever, but makes a great tamper. It's so windy. I've definitely I've been having to shelter the bowl quite a bit. It's good to get out and in the basically the springtime. Meteorologically it's spring. Spring doesn't come here for a few more days, equinox. Things are warming up. The birds are chirping. Saw a couple of bluebirds. Looked like a male and a female. I'm pretty sure that's where they were. It was from a little bit of distance, and they're not the biggest birds. A week or so ago, I was out smoking a pipe on the front porch, and I saw a bluebird in our yard. An eastern bluebird. We don't see those too often out here. They're around, though, obviously. Guess winter is pretty much done doing its thing. The cycle of the seasons continue. just like they're supposed to. That's one thing I like about Kansas is that we have all the seasons. Although there's a lot of aspects of summer that I don't care for. When it's hot and nasty and humid, I don't really care for that. Not my sort of weather. But I've been starting to get out and ride my bike. It was so cold and snowy and messy for so long in January and February. I could never really get out all that much till the very end of, closer to the very end of February. But I have to get in shape because here in not even a month, less than 4 weeks from now, I have a 80-ish mile, they say, ride that I'm doing, organized ride that starts and ends in a little town that's just, maybe 15, 20 minutes outside of Emporia, Kansas. It's Americus. This is the Flint Hills Gravel Ride. I decided to sign up to do it as a way of kind of motivating me and kicking myself in the butt and kind of giving me a deadline to at least be in shape to do a 80-mile gravel ride. Because about a month and a half after that, I'm doing the Unbound 100 gravel race. Of course, I'm not racing, I'm just doing it to finish it. And that's in and out of Emporia, Kansas. And that's the 200-mile Unbound race anyway is a big deal. It's become a big deal. Riders come from all over the world to ride that. And there's pros and retired pros and such that ride that and actually compete. They average like last year, the winning group averaged like 23 miles per hour over 200 miles of gravel. Some of those gravel roads are pretty gnarly. So I have to get in shape for that. I have a longer period of time to work up to that, obviously, but slim down a little bit, hopefully. We'll see how that goes. Should be interesting. But definitely type 2 fun. Probably not fun at the time, but afterwards. You look back on it fondly. I think that could be wrong about this, but I think that I'm blanking on the name. There's a gravel race in, is it Stillwater, Oklahoma? I think maybe it's either maybe not this week, but maybe next weekend. But apparently they had some wildfire problems down there yesterday as a result of the horrible wind. Red flag warnings and such. So I hope that just turned out okay. I really like this Ruins of Windsor. Some good stuff. So last month in February, when I went out camping, I brought some Hunter Bookshop with me, which I've not been smoking much of for the last over a year now, because I just wasn't enjoying it as much. I think the preak was it's kind of overly preaky or something. Just wasn't agreeing with me too well. But I had a bowl of it out camping, and I was getting flavors from that, which I just don't really remember. It was more, almost seemed like it had that kind of oatmeal-y sort of thing going on, kind of like Pegasus sometimes does. But I really enjoyed that bowl. And last night, after I got out here and got everything set up, I had a bowl of Orion's Arrow, and that's a blend that I hadn't been smoking quite as much, and I think it's kind of the same reason. I kind of felt like the preak in it was maybe not treating me so well. But I lit that bowl of Orion's Arrow up last night, and I really, really enjoyed it. I was tasting flavors like a sweetness and everything with that, which I just hadn't really recalled experiencing. So I don't know. I guess maybe kind of laying off things, or not smoking certain blends as much, and then coming out, taking out camping, kind of works a certain magic with me. I don't know. And the bowl I had before this was some Oriental Silk from Cornell and Deal. And with that one, I felt like I was experiencing flavors and such that I wasn't really used to. I've been smoking a decent amount of that recently. But I'm at my hammock set up. I'm back to hammock camping. Usually in the winter, depends on what the weather's like. When it's snowy and nasty and all that, I don't hammock camp. I have essentially like a 4-season tent, which I use in those conditions. But being warmer, overall, I enjoy hammock camping, like comfort wise. I just notice that I oftentimes just fall asleep and don't really wake up until the morning, sort of thing. So obviously I'm sleeping better instead of that kind of flipping over and from one side to the other sort of thing, which I do when I'm sleeping on the ground, even though I do have, nice cushy sleeping pads and stuff. Tonight it's supposed to get down like the upper 20s, so it's gonna be a little cooler, but I should be just fine warmth wise. But anyway, yeah, I'm out camping in the spring. Here in, I don't know, another 5 or 6 weeks, I'll come out camping again. Quite possibly at the same spot. That'll be about a month before Unbound. So I'll take at least part of a weekend off and come out camping. Give me a break from the training. Which reminds me, I need to go home and clean my bike. It's starting to squeak as I was riding. I think the chain needs to be re-waxed. A lot of riding over. It's so dry that the roads have been really dusty and all that sort of thing. So I'm getting dirt and dust on everything, and to probably a greater extent than I would if things were just a teeny bit damper. But anyway, that's what's going on. Thanks for joining me out in this my Flint Hills campsite here. Right at the doorstep of spring for the most part. But thanks for joining me. I'm Gareth with Flint Hills Bar. See you next time.